Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie. Today's class is an easy, slow flow. It's appropriate for beginners, active, older, seniors, anyone nursing an injury. But if you are nursing an injury, be careful what you do because everything I present may not be safe. So you got to listen to yourself, all right? It's also appropriate for athletes or more advanced yogis who just want a rest day and you want to move. Movement is good. It doesn't have to be a hard, all out class. Easy yoga is so good for you. So when you're ready, I want you to gather up a few things if you have them, all right? So grab a blanket or a pillow. Blankets or pillows are great. We'll use them a little bit, so if you don't have them, don't worry about it. A bolster. I will use the bolster a little bit, but you can use the blanket or the pillow instead of a bolster, all right? You could have blocks. If you don't have them, don't worry about it, but they're very beneficial if you do have them. You could substitute books instead of blocks, and grab a strap or a belt or a robe strap. So you can get yoga belts like this, you can get yoga belts like this, and if you don't have that, just grab a belt. Even a shirt will work, a t-shirt will work. So gather all that up. I have links to all of this in my Amazon links under this video, so if you're interested, give that a look. And I will meet you back here. We're going to be on our mat. I think we're going to start lying on our backs. We are going to start lying on our back. If you have pillow, blanket, or bolsters, I want you to grab them, okay? And if you don't have them, don't worry about it. You don't need them, all right? But if you have a pillow or a blanket or a bolster, go ahead and slide it underneath your knees. And if you have another pillow or blanket, go ahead and put it for your head to rest on. And then straighten your legs out. So if you don't have these things, just go ahead and lie on your mat with your palms up and your feet about hip width apart. And let your toes turn to the outside edges of the wall. And I want you to start to scan the body here. And just kind of see what the body's telling you with no judgment whatsoever. Just taking stock and seeing what the knees, low back, upper back, shoulders, hips, neck. Let's see what it's saying. I want you to store that information away and just be careful and tend to these things as we move through our practice today. Now, once you know what's going on with the body, I want you to focus on the breath. So take a big inhale through the nose. Open up the mouth, breathe out through the mouth. I want you to keep doing that, breathing in and breathing out. As we move through our practice today, I want you to breathe and not hold your breath. If I say inhale and you're exhaling, it's no big deal. What's really important is that you're breathing. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, or you could breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. That's entirely up to you. Limiting the breath, the inhale and the exhale to the nose is called Ujjayi breath. It builds heat in the body. When your heart rate gets up, though, if for any reason it would, you would need to open that mouth and breathe. Take a couple more breaths here. Now we're going to start to move a bit. So whatever it is you have under your knees, I want you to pull it out. So go ahead and bring the knees in. And then slide your blanket or bolster or pillow to the left side of your body. And if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Now extend the left leg long, bring the right knee in, and drop that right leg on top of that pillow or blanket. And then your left hand can go to your right thigh. Now bring your right hand to your heart and turn your right shoulder towards the floor and extend the right arm. And just take a few breaths here. Now stay with that breath, breathing in and out. You're feeling a stretch in that right outer hip and that right low back. Go ahead and move out of this. So go ahead and remove the right leg, and we're going to slide that blanket or pillow over to the right side, and then bend the left knee. Take that left leg on top of that blanket, pillow, or bolster. Take right hand to the left thigh. Move right shoulder out from underneath you. Bring left hand to the heart and turn and look over that left arm. And we're going to take a few breaths here as we stretch this left low back and this outer hip. And then go ahead and come on out of it. We're going to go ahead and bring the left knee in. And you can go ahead and set your bolster aside, or your pillow, or your blanket. Bring the knees into the belly. I want you to cross your legs and come to easy seat. So bring the left leg in front of the right leg. And if you're rounding your low back, I want you to sit up on a blanket or a pillow or a block, so you could put something underneath your hips, and that's going to help you sit up a little bit taller. It's going to help you lengthen your spine and bring the shoulders over the hips. And then find an inhale and reach your arms all the way up to the sky. On the exhale, bring the left hand down towards the floor, and it could go to a block or the floor. Bend the left elbow a little bit. Reach up through the right fingers, finding length in the right side body. Find an inhale. On the exhale, tilt all the way over to the left floor if you can. Your gaze can be at the floor, the wall, or the ceiling, stretching all the way through the right side body. Just take a couple of breaths. On the inhale, come all the way up. You'll bring the right hand close to your body and bend the elbow. On the inhale, lift the left arm up. Bring that arm over the ear. Now find length first. So lengthen through the left side body. And then start to tilt towards the right floor. The gaze can be at the floor, the wall, or the ceiling. Just take a couple breaths here. Inhale, come up. Now, we're going to take a twist. So lift the heart. We're going to take the right hand to the left thigh. Inhale the left arm up. And then bring that left hand behind you, again, close to your body. Inhale, lift the heart. Look over that shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. I want you to take the right hand behind you. Let it rest on the left hip. And if you can, curl the fingers together. And then draw your elbows towards each other, squeezing the shoulder tips together. And then tilt your left ear to your left shoulder, stretching through the right neck. Keep the sternum lifting and just breathe. On the inhale, lift the nose, and let's go to the other side. So slide the left hand to the right hip bone, curl the fingers, and then close the elbows together and tilt your right ear to the right shoulder, stretching through the left side of the neck. Keep the heart lifted. Breathe. There should be no pain as you move through these poses. If there are, soften the poses or just don't do them. Find an inhale, lift the nose. Now switch the legs. Bring the other leg forward, and I do that so that you're always opening your hips evenly. So inhale, lift the arms up. Bring the right hand close to the body again. Lengthen through the left arm. Get all the length you can in the left side body. And then tilt towards the right floor. This time take your gaze towards the floor, and then inhale, lift the nose. And exhale, look down. Do it again. Inhale, lift. And exhale, look down. Now inhale, come up and go to the other side. Bring the left hand close to your body on the floor. Inhale the right arm up. Find that length in the right side body. And then tilt towards the left floor. Take an inhale, look at the floor. And on the exhale, look up. Inhale, look down. And exhale, look up. Inhale, come up. Bring the right hand down. Take the left hand outside the right thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Bring that hand close to the floor by your butt. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, take the twist. Look over that shoulder. So you're twisting from the bottom ribs, lifting the heart up with a straight spine and breathing. And then come out of it. Find an inhale and spread the arms wide. Bring the right arm under the left arm and hold shoulders, backs, hands, or palms, and lift the elbows up. Now, take your fingers towards the right shoulder. Lift the sternum up, lift the ribs, and then take your left ear to the left shoulder. So stretching through that neck again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Bring your chin to your left collarbone. And you'll feel a big stretch on the side of that neck and towards the back of that neck. You're also stretching that space between the shoulder blades to get that upper back. And then inhale, lift the nose. Exhale, the arms go wide. And we're going to switch. So bring the left arm under the right arm. So you can stay here. This is perfectly fine. You also bring the backs of the hands or the palms to press. Lift the elbows up and take your fingers towards the left shoulder. And then lift the sternum, pull the low ribs in. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, stretching through the left side of the neck. We're trying to keep the spine straight, not round that low back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. So you're going to tuck the chin into the right collarbone if you can, lifting the heart, trying really hard not to round the low back. On the inhale, lift the nose and undo the arms. Bind the hands behind you. Find an inhale, lift the heart. Open the throat for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way back. So we're going to come to our hands and our knees. So use the blanket if you need it, especially if your knees are sensitive. You can put a blanket under the knees, and that might help for your knees not to hurt when you're here. If your knees hurt, don't do this, all right? Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Index fingers point forward, and knees are underneath hips. Find an inhale, lift the heart, lift the tail, and lift the nose. This is cow pose. On the exhale, round like cat, ribs to hips and chin to chest. On the inhale, belly drops. Lift the tail, lift the nose. On the exhale, round, ribs to hips, doming your spine to the sky. Now you're really trying to stretch through your spine. On the inhale, lift the heart, the tail, and the nose. And on the exhale, round like cat, ribs to hips and chin to chest. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, round. Inhale, neutral spine. Go ahead and bring the butt over the heels. Good. Walk the hands in. Remove the blanket from under your knees. And then stretch the arms out. So this is child's pose. And you can come here anytime you want. Now, there are some things you could do. If your butt is way up and it's not touching your heels, you could take a blanket and put it between your heels and your butt, and that helps close that space to make this pose more comfortable for you. Another thing you could do is take the blanket or the pillow or the bolster and put it under your chest, and that helps you. If you're tilting forward too much, that helps you not to tilt forward so much. So having blankets and bricks and bolsters or things like that will help you in your yoga practice. Take a couple more breaths here. And go ahead and come on out of it. Now, remove the blanket or the bolster, whatever it is you're using. And we're going to go ahead and plant the palms down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. I want you to walk your feet up to your hands. And then bend the knees and press the feet and come to stand. And then bring your hands to your heart. Look down at your feet. Take your feet hip width apart. Lift up the toes, spread all the toes wide, and then set them down. Lift your kneecaps up. Spin your inner thighs to the wall behind you. Pull your pelvic floor in, your low ribs in. Lift your shoulders up and then slide them down your spine without letting your ribs pop out. Take your fingers to the earth, palms forward. That's going to help roll your shoulders back. Close your eyes and go inward. The crown of the head is reaching towards the ceiling. Your body is in perfect alignment. Good. Take one more breath. On an inhale, lift the arms up. Turn the pinkies towards each other. And then start to reach up with the right hand. Press right foot down. And then reach up with left hand and press left foot down. And do this a little side to side. If it feels good in your body, you can lift the opposite heel so you can get a little bit deeper stretch. I just want you reaching up and breathing. Now come to stillness. Find an inhale, engage your core, pelvic floor and low ribs in every time you back bend, because we're going to take a baby back bend. On the exhale, bend the elbows and puff the heart up. Squeeze the core. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring hands to heart. Good. We're going to stand on one leg. So be close to a wall if you know you need a wall, okay? So standing on one leg is so good for you, especially as we age, but really for anybody. You want to build muscle in the legs and bone, and standing on one leg will build bone in that leg, okay? So we're going to play with tree pose. Put the right foot down, put right hand on a wall, and then see if you can bring the left foot to the lower leg. Now that foot is not on the knee at all. Those of you who can, bring it up higher, all right, to the thigh, but not the knee. But it can be on the lower leg if you prefer. Point the left knee out towards the left. Press the right foot down. Squeeze your right quad. Pull the pelvic floor in, the low ribs in. And then take your left hand to your heart. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, lift the left arm high if you can. And just breathe. Those of you who would like to, you can slide the right hand up the wall. You could also just see if you could bring one finger to the wall so you're barely holding on to the wall. And find a focal point. Breathe. If you think you can lift the right hand off the wall, go ahead and do that. But if you need that wall, it's right there. You can put that hand back at any time. Good. 2, 1. Go ahead and come on out of it and put the left foot flat and give the leg a shake. Good job. Now, we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. Put the left hand on the wall. Left foot down, right foot to the lower leg. Those of you who want to take it to the high thigh, do that. Knee points out. Pelvic floor and low ribs in. Press left foot, squeeze left quad. Hand to heart. And you can stay here or lift the right arm high. If you want, slide left hand up the wall as well. And come to one finger if you think you can. And if you think you can, release the left hand from the wall, knowing that wall is right there. You can put that hand back at any time. Take a couple more breaths. Stay on that focal point. And then go ahead and come on out of it. Well done. Go ahead and turn around again. So we're going to put the right foot down and take the left foot on the outside of the right foot. So we're crossing the legs. Press the right foot down. Put the right hand on the wall. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And then reach towards that right wall. We're stretching through that left side body, the left IT. And your gaze can go to the floor. So standing on one leg, it's important because it builds the bone in that leg and it builds muscle, but it also builds stability. The stability is important, especially as we start to get older. Inhale, come up. Let's go to the other side. So turn around, put the left foot down, take the right leg behind the left foot, press the right foot down. Now, lift the heart. You're going to find the stretch here. Left hand on the wall. Inhale, right arm up. Take your hand towards the wall if you can. Press right foot down so you feel a big stretch in that right side body. Gaze can be at the floor. So as we get older, falling is a big deal. So if we practice standing on one leg, that increases our stability so that when we start to fall, we've already practiced standing on one leg. The ideal is that we can catch ourselves. We're stronger. Find an inhale, come up, and bring right hand down. So try to stand on one leg every day if you can. Come back to the top of the mat, feet under hips. Inhale, lift the arms up. On the exhale, bend elbows, open heart. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hinge and fold down. Bend right knee, step left foot way back. Put a blanket underneath left knee if you need the padding. Untuck left toes. Walk your right foot underneath your right knee. Walk your hands to your thighs. Engage your core. Pull your pelvic floor and low ribs in. Inhale, lift the heart. And you can stay here. Exhale, find a back bend for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Now you can keep hands on the thigh if you want, or inhale the left arm up. Exhale the right arm up. Pelvic floor and low ribs in. On the exhale, back bend again. Squeeze shoulder tips together and open the heart. Inhale, come up. On the exhale, bring both hands on either side of right foot. So you can have hands on blocks here. Now shine the heart forward. So I want you to really engage the core, lift the sternum, draw the shoulder tips together, and just shine the heart on the wall in front of you. You are stretching the front of the left thigh as well as the right hip, that inner right hip, and the outer right hip. And just take a few breaths here. Keep the core engaged, pulling pelvic floor in, low ribs in. Nice. Now go ahead and release. You're going to straighten the right leg, slide the bricks back with you, and then lift the right toes. So right hip back, left hip forward, inhale. Hands can be on blocks or on the floor. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge and fold to your own degree. And just take about 5 breaths here. Bending that knee if you need to, feeling the stretch in the back of that leg, but it should feel good and it shouldn't hurt. Inhale, come up. We're going to walk our hands out to the left. So you can take the blocks or just take your hands out to the left. Find an inhale. On the exhale, draw the right hip back and just breathe. You're feeling a stretch in the right side body. And then inhale, come back. Bring the bricks and your hands back. We're going to take them outside the right leg. Now draw the right hip back, left hip forward, and look over that right shoulder. Breathing. And then go ahead and come back. Now walk your hands or blocks forward. Bend the right knee. Bring the right knee over the right ankle. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. And bring back foot to the front foot. And switch. Bend left knee. Step right foot back. Put a blanket under right knee if you need it. Untuck right toes. Bring hands to thighs. pelvic floor in, low ribs in. On the inhale, lift the heart. Squeeze shoulder tips together and open the heart. Your hands can stay on your thighs. And then inhale, come up. We'll do that again. You can lift the arms only if you want to. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, right arm up. Inhale. On the exhale, bend the elbows and open the heart. Breathing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, both hands down. Now, hands can be on the floor or on blocks. Bring the blocks underneath your shoulders if you're using them. Inhale, lift the heart. Draw the shoulders towards your tailbone. Shine the heart on the wall in front of you in lunge. Breathing in and breathing out. And then come out of it. Lift left toes and shoot left hip back. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Find an inhale, left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hinging at the hips. Spine is straight. Breathing in, breathing out. No pain behind the left knee. If you need more, you can walk the hands or blocks forward. Inhale, come out of it. We're going to walk the blocks over to the right pretty far. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward, and just press that left hip back so you get a stretch. Breathe. And go ahead and bring the blocks forward. We're going to take them outside the left leg. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. When you're ready, go ahead and come out of it. Bring your hands back on either side of your left foot. Bend the left knee. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and bring the back foot to the front foot. Find an inhale halfway up, feet are hip width, pelvic floor and low ribs in. On the exhale, hinge. You can take hands to your bricks or hands to the backs of your legs. Lift the sit bones up, hinging from the hips, bending the knees deeply if you need to. Give the head a shake. Breathing in and breathing out. Stretching through the back of the legs. Let your head be very heavy. And then find an inhale. Bring hands to your shins and lift your torso. Bend the knees. Take your elbows. Point them back. Squeeze your shoulder tips together. Engage your core, pelvic floor and low ribs. And we're going to come to stand using our core. Inhale, come up using your core strength. On the exhale, reach the arms up. Feet are hip width. Engage the core again. Inhale. Exhale, bend elbows and open the heart. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Well done. We're going to need your strap and your blocks. If you don't have them, again, don't worry about it. Step the left foot back and turn the right toes towards the right mat. And then bend the left knee. So we're going to take a side lunge. So the left knee is bent and the toes are pointing towards the left wall. Now come up on the right heel, and you can take a brick with you and your hands can be on the brick. Find an inhale. I want you to feel a stretch in this inner thigh. On the exhale, you can stay here or you can bring elbows to the floor of the brick and just take a couple of breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we'll go to the other side. So bend the right knee, point the right toes towards the right wall, and then lift the left toes. So we're going to feel the stretch in this inner left thigh. You can have hands on the floor or on bricks or elbows to that brick. You can keep the heart up or you can drop the head, whatever feels good in your body. The knees should not hurt. And then go ahead and come up. Bring hands to the mat. And then turn the left toes towards the left mat. And turn right toes towards the right mat and bend the knees. Bring hands to your hips. So we're going to take a wide forward fold. So see if you can get your feet as wide as your arms are stretched out. And then take your strap if you need it. So take a strap behind you and put it in your hands. Squeeze shoulder tips together. Inhale, lift the heart. On the exhale, hinge. Shoot the booty back. Keep the spine straight. And drop the head. Take the fist overhead. And just breathe. So find a good stretch here. Stretching through the chest. Head towards the floor. Bring the weight towards the front of your foot. Yeah. And then really engage your quads. Lift the quads up. Give the head a shake. Take your fist towards the floor over your head. And just breathe. And folding in half is said to help with depression and anxiety. And if you have a headache, it can help with a headache. When you're ready, come on out of it. Bring your hands to the floor. If you have a block, bring a block under your face. Put your right hand on the block. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Make sure your left hip is square with the right. And bring left hand to the heart. Inhale the left arm up. Pelvic floor and low ribs in. And look over that left hand. Right arm is straight. Breathing. Look down at your right hand and bring your left hand where the right hand is. Bring the right hand to the right hip. See that it's square with the left. And then bring the right hand to the heart and lift the right arm high. Left arm is straight. Find the twist from your lower ribs. Breathing for 3. And then go ahead and bring the hand down to the floor. Now turn the toes towards the top of the mat. Good. And drop the knees. Cross the ankles and bring the butt behind the feet. We're going to stretch the right leg out long. Bring the left heel in front of the left hip. And then see if you can drop the left knee over to the left floor. And bring the left foot into the groin. Draw the right hip back. So some of us tend to do this. Okay, we don't want to do that. We want to do this. We want to hinge at the hips and not the low back. And this is really what we want. Okay, if we can't do this, we want to do this. Okay, we want to not round that low back, so we're going to bend the knee. You could put blocks underneath your knee to help with that. You could put blankets to help. And bolsters work well too. So you could take a bolster, put it underneath there, and then take your foot here. Okay? So if you need those things, do that. Or just bend the knee. Tent the fingers behind you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, not the waist, forward. If you want, you can bring the palms forward, palms up. Bind and inhale, lengthen your spine, exhale, fold. And you're here for a few breaths. breathing in and breathing out, folding over the right leg. When you're ready, inhale, come up. We're going to take the right leg behind us for a modified pigeon. So 90-90. We're going to have a 90-degree bend in the left knee and a 90-degree bend in the right knee. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right. So walk your hands over to the right and just fold over that left leg. So you're going to feel a big stretch in this left hip and this left low back. Take just a couple breaths. Now inhale, come out of it. Bring the left hand on your left shoulder. If you have shoulder issues, I want you to skip this entirely, okay? We're going to just lift the heart so we can open the heart a little bit. So if your shoulder bothers you, tint the fingers and just open up here, all right? You don't have to lift the hips if you don't want to. If you're going to lift the hips, find an inhale, lift the hips, and take the right arm over and open the heart for 5, 4, inhale, come back. Good. Now let's go to the other side. So straighten the left leg. Bring the right foot next to the right hip and drop the right leg over to the right. Bring the right foot inside the left inner thigh and draw the left hip back. If you know you round your low back, slide something under that knee, okay? Or just keep the knee bent. Tint the fingers behind you. Inhale, lift the heart. On the exhale, hinge at the hips and fold to your own degree. And if you'd like, walk the hands forward, palms up. Find length in your spine. And just breathe here. And in the inhale, come up. 90-90. So right knee, 90 degrees. Left knee, 90 degrees. And we're going to walk towards the left. So find an inhale, walk the arms towards, bow down to your own degree. You will feel this. This is a great low back, right hip stretch. And just breathe. Go ahead and come out of it. Bring the right hand catty corner from your right hip. Remember, we're going to open the heart. And if you don't want to lift that hip up, you can just tint the right fingers and open the heart here, all right? You don't have to lift the hips. If you're going to lift the hips, on the inhale, lift the hips, open the heart, left fingers towards the floor, right arm strong, breathe. And then come all the way down. Spread the legs really wide. Remove the flesh from your sit bones. Take your hands inside the thighs and roll the flesh forward. Take your bolster or your blanket or your pillow, and then as you walk the sit bones back again, find an inhale, tint the fingers, lift the heart, hinging at the hips, lay on your bolster. And again, the palms can come forward. And just breathe. And stay here just a few more breaths, and I'm going to show you what you could do if you had a blanket or a pillow. You could just be here. On an inhale, come all the way up. Well done. Let's go ahead and go to our spine. Bring the hands behind you and have your strap close by, and put the right ankle on the left thigh and flex the right foot. We're going to draw the left knee in, so hands behind the thigh or the shin, bringing that left knee towards our chest. If you flex the right foot, that's going to protect that right knee. And now we're getting into a deeper stretch in the right glute area, that right hip area as well. And just breathe. And then go ahead and come out of it, put the left foot down. Now, take a strap if you need it, or a t-shirt or whatever you have, and put it around the right foot. And you can also have hands here behind the calf if that's accessible. Take toes to the wall behind you. Straighten the left leg and let the left leg be limp. And then just start to feel a stretch here. Don't overstretch. It's not worth it, okay? You don't want to do that. You just want to start creating flexibility where you are and being patient with yourself, because flexibility comes in time. It comes with consistent practice. You got to keep practicing to create that flexibility. And then soften the shoulders. Close your eyes and just find a 4-8 breath. Breathe into the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. And that's going to help you create more flexibility. And take a few breaths. Now we're going to go ahead and change. So bend the right knee, put the right foot flat, and take the left ankle on top of the right thigh and bend the left ankle. Bring the right knee in. Take hands to the back of the thigh or the shin, and bring that right knee as close to your chest as you can. Close your eyes and just breathe. And go ahead and put the right foot down. Take the strap to the left arch if you need it. Straighten the right leg. Let the right leg be limp. And then bend this left knee as much as you need to. Just take a few more breaths here. Find that 4-8 breath. Breathe into the count of 4. And breathe out to the count of 8. Let the shoulders soften. When you're ready, go ahead and come out of it. Bend the left knee. So good, you guys. Let's do one bridge. Bring your heels by your butt. Take your hands by your heels. Tuck your tailbone. Your knees and toes point forward. As you tuck your tailbone, take an inhale and lift the hips up. And stay here, level 1. Or you could take a block or a bolster and slide it underneath your hips and stay here for a very passive bridge. Or you could walk the shoulders underneath your upper back, lace your hands together and tuck your chin into your chest for a more active bridge. Just take a couple breaths here. Breathe in. And breathe out. When you're ready, we're going to come out of it. So unroll one shoulder at a time. And then very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll down until your butt is the very last thing to hit the mat. Good. We're going to take the twist that we took earlier. So bring your pillow or your blanket next to your right side body. Extend the right leg. Bring the left knee on top of that pillow. Remove the right shoulder out from underneath you and look over that left arm. One more twist. And breathe. And then come on out of it. Let's roll to the other side. Extend the left leg. Bring the right knee on top of your pillow. Left hand to right thigh. Move left shoulder out from underneath you and look over that right arm. When you're ready, come out of it. Bring the right knee in, the left knee in. Wrap your arms around your shins. And then let's go ahead and move to final rest. Put a blanket underneath your head again if you like. Extend the legs long. If you want something underneath those knees, a blanket or something, or a pillow, go ahead and put something underneath the knees. And then extend the arms wide, palms up. Close your eyes and just melt into your mat. Forget about the deep breathing here. Now you can stay here as long as you want. I'm going to come up and read to you while you're here. If you want to move to your right side, you could do that, or you could stay here. If you're going to move to your right side, go ahead and bring the knees in and drop them over to the right. If you want to take that pillow and put it against your body, go ahead and do that. I'd like to leave you with this verse. It's from John chapter 16, verse 33. Jesus was speaking. He said, I have told you these things so that you will have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. And that is John chapter 16, verse 33. If you're still resting, you can stay resting, or if you'd like, you can go ahead and join me. Take your time. Once you get there, we're going to find an easy seat and bring the hands to the heart and press the thumbs into the heart space. Draw the shoulders towards your tailbone. Close your eyes and tuck your chin. And I'd like for you to acknowledge the gift that you've been given. You have a beating heart, you have breath in your lungs, and every single breath you take is a great gift. We breathe together twice. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Retain the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, big sigh out. One more breath. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Retain the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. The strength in me honors the strength in you with the deepest respect and with much love. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed the class. Questions and comments are always welcome. Leave them below this video. I teach a variety style of yoga, so I teach power classes and easier classes and middle of the road classes, aerial yoga, Christ-centered yoga. I hope you'll check out my other videos. I also have links to all these things I talked about during class. They're below this video as well, so give those a look. And if you've not subscribed yet, I would love it if you would subscribe and share my video. So I hope you make the decision to practice with me again tomorrow, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.